Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And today, I'm going to review Prisoner of Azkaban. And I'm so excited about doing this. So if you don't know, I am reading all of the Harry Potter books this year. I started in July. I had only read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone before. So in July, I read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. In August, I read Chamber of Secrets. In September, I read The Prisoner of Azkaban. I don't even think I have put this up on my Goodreads yet that I finished it. And now for October, we are reading The Goblet of Fire because there's a lot of you out there that are rereading them with me or reading them with me. And so yeah, I am really excited. I'm not that far into this yet. I'm really excited about it because so many people have told me that Goblet of Fire is their favorite. I have had a lot of people that told me that it doesn't even really get started getting good until Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Now, I will tell you, this is a spoiler review because I feel like most people that watch BookTube have either read the Harry Potter books by now, seen the Harry Potter movies, or if you haven't, then you probably should, and this is not for you. I will tell you this. I went and I bought the entire collection from Target because it's the 20th anniversary of the release, and this is the Scholastic edition. And let me just show you something. So I figured this out in my last review if you didn't see. But all of the books, when lined up together, they make a painting or a drawing. Do you see that? So here, let me see if I can do this. Line it up perfectly for you. So you can see the snake. There you go, do you see it? It's very cool when you line them up all together. I kind of wish they would have released a poster or something though, because I mean, what are you supposed to do? Put all your books together like this on a bookshelf? If you have done that, let me know, because I'm thinking about doing it. So many people have recommended to me too, they're like, why don't you go as Harry Potter for Halloween? So I'm thinking about going as Harry Potter, and my husband is maybe gonna wear a dragon onesie, and we are going to Haunted Fest, which is an electronic dance music festival. So anyway, and then other people are like, oh, go as Dumbledore because I have white hair. No, anyway. So let's talk about Prisoner of Azkaban. First of all, I am listening to all of these on Audible. I am listening to the Jim Dale editions of these. Now, so many people have asked me, they've been like, which edition are you listening to? The Jim Dale ones? And I didn't know who Jim Dale was. I didn't know anything about it, right? So I know a lot of you guys out there are total Potterheads. I can finally look up and find out what my Patronus is because after this book, I know what a Patronus is. I'm real excited about that. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do a whole video on here where I get sorted into a house and another one where I do my Patronus because I'm pronouncing that right? Because I've done it twice, and so I'm going to do it a third time to see. The first time I was a Hufflepuff, the second time I was a Gryffindor, and then I'm going to do it again, and that will be the deciding one. And then I haven't done my Patronus yet, which I think you can go find, right? So anyway, yeah, so anyway, what was I going to say? I don't know. I've lost my mind. What's this in the back here? No wizarding household is complete without a copy of Fantastic Beasts, Quidditch, and Tales. Well, let's start with Quidditch, okay? Let me just tell you one thing. I think it is absolutely genius what J.K. Rowling has done with the whole, Quidditch is another, she basically invented a sport, right? And I think it's fantastic, but between, you and me, that is my least favorite part of these books. I just get very, very bored with these books. And, I don't get bored with the books. I love the books. I get bored with the Quidditch parts in the books. It's not my favorite parts, And this time I will say it was a little bit more interesting because they kind of added the part of the Dementor in, so you didn't know if they were going to show up or what was going to happen. So that was a little bit more interesting to me. But I'm just not, the Quidditch is not my favorite. I know there are people out there going, what did you just say? But, the Quidditch is not my favorite part of the book. It just says that. I will tell you that every book so far, I'm, all over the place in this video. I have given every book a 5 out of 5. 100%. I love them. I think they're fantastic. I think there's learning experiences for them. I think you can read them as an adult. You can read them as a child. You can read them with your child. You can read them with your, I don't know, your husband, your wife, whoever. They're fantastic. Okay, going back to the audio version. So many people had asked me, which version are you listening to? And I said, I don't know, the audio version. And they're like, the Jim Dale one? And I was like, yeah. So last night when I was listening to it, the Goblet of Fire, when I was listening to it, I was like, okay, Hagrid's voice from the narration sounds very similar to Hagrid in the movies. So I was like, is it the same guy? And so I searched it to see if it was the same guy, and I was like, who is Jim Dale? Well, what was interesting was it was all these articles that came up, very studious articles, seriously though, right? On the two different versions of the audiobooks. And it was Stephen Fry versus, I think it's Stephen Fry, versus Jim Dale, and which ones are better. Well, I have never listened to Stephen Fry's, but I will tell you, the Jim Dale versions of these books are fantastic. They're so good, and he kind of does voices for each person. The only voice that drives me kind of crazy is Hermione. Like, I don't love her voice, because she's always like, I don't even want to, like, imitate it, because I'm so bad at imitating people, but, like, I don't know, she just, like, in the movies, she doesn't come across as whiny, but like in the books, she kind of comes across a little whiny. So that's the only thing I don't like. But other than that, I like love all the voices. And I am just loving these books. Now, I will tell you, up to this point, my favorite was Chamber of Secrets. As soon as I finished this book, my favorite was Chamber of Secrets. Like 2 days later, my favorite was Prisoner of Azkaban. I have no idea why. Something about it, like, this one seemed more like a mystery kind of thriller to me. And so I just was really, really into this whole story. I thought, like, it just seemed more developed to me than the last two. And I really, really liked it. So if you don't know anything about it, I'm going to read the back of it for you. For 12 long years, the dread fortress of Azkaban held an infamous prisoner named Sirius Black. Convicted of killing 13 people with a single curse, he was said to be a dedicated follower of the Dark Lord Voldemort. Now he's escaped, and the Azkaban guards heard Black muttering in his sleep. He's at Hogwarts. He's at Hogwarts. Is he coming for Harry? Harry isn't safe, not even within the walls of the magical school, surrounded by his friends, because on top of it all, there may be a traitor in their midst. And, I don't know, like, there was so much about this book. First of all, Professor Lupin, I think, is my favorite character to date in the Harry Potter books. I just loved him in these books. And, you know, like, the background story of him being a werewolf was so interesting to me. I totally did. I'll have to be honest, okay? I was like a half of the way through this book, or 3/4 of the way through this book, and I was like, I've got this all figured out. You know, like, I really thought I had it figured out. I was like, yeah, Peter, you got the Harry Potter books figured out. That's why everybody in the world's wanted to read them, right? But I was like, is it just really not going to be this deep? And, you know, is Sirius Black, is it going to be another thing where it's like Sirius Black conjures up, you know, Lord Voldemort and whatever? I did not see this whole thing with them turning into animals and Lupin being a, that's his name, right? Lupin being a werewolf and Sirius Black being the dog that was the Grim. Like, I didn't see that coming at all. I didn't see the time. Well, I knew something with Hermione with like the being in two places at the same time, but I didn't see the time changer being used towards the end. And I will tell you what I actually thought. Do you know when, oh shoot, I can't think of what the animal's name now was, the one that was going to be executed, that Hagrid was like real upset about. I think it was like, I always think of an ostrich when they were talking about it. But do you know when they're like sitting, I feel like I'm just talking to one of you out there. Do you know when they're sitting in, oh shoot, what's it called? The three broom sticks or whatever, and they're eating, okay. And the staff comes in and they're sitting there and they all overhear what they're talking about. And they talk about the secret charm that they put and they hid, and that was like what the whole book was kind of about. I thought they were going to do that with Beakbuck, or whatever his name was, the ostrich kind of animal. I thought they were going to do that with him. They were going to, like, hide him so, like, you could look in the window right at him and, like, not even see him, and he was just going to stay with Hagrid forever. But that didn't happen, and he got to be used at the end of the book, and I loved all of that. And I don't know, like, the book just built and built and built momentum for me. I was so into it. The last night that I listened to it, I, honest to God, listened to 3 hours. And I just was like absolutely in love with it. And I just turned around. I was like, I can't wait to, you know, start the very next one. So yeah, I'm really, really into these Harry Potter books. I think they're fantastic. I have not watched the movie Prisoner of Azkaban yet. So I'm going to watch it this weekend. I probably will talk about it on my vlog, but I won't do a whole review over here because I think I'm the only one on the face of the earth that hasn't seen it yet. But yeah, this is my favorite so far. So I want you guys in the comment section below to say which one's your favorite. I know why a lot of people were like saying that Sorcerer's Stone was their favorite because it was the first one. But I feel like each time he comes back, it's more and more developed. The only thing that made me sad was, and I knew, like, as soon as he said this in the book, because I know the Dursleys are in every book, but as soon as Sirius Black was like, you can come and stay with me. Okay, first of all, like, you think somebody's a serial killer murderer, and then like 2 seconds later, you find out they're not, but then you're like, oh yeah, can I come live with you? Okay, that was the only thing I had an issue with. But when he said that, when Sirius Black said to Harry, like, if you want to come and stay with me, I know you probably like to stay with the Dursleys, but you can come stay with me, I knew right then it was going to go wrong. I knew it. Like, when I read that, when I was listening to it, I was like, something's going to happen, and Harry's not going to get his dream. Harry never gets his dream. It's always so sad. And why did I start crying when he read that letter at the end from Sirius Black that said he was the one that bought him the Thunderbolt? I started crying at that part. I don't even know why. But anyway, because I love these books. They're fantastic. But, you know, like, I would have really liked to have seen Harry been able to go stay with Sirius Black. So it is whatever. But I'm loving these books, you guys. They're so fantastic. And, yeah, I mean, the next 4 are so large. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to thumbnail? But I'm like, I'm going to have to, like, really dig in because I've got a lot of other books that I'm reading right now. Currently, we're reading Devil in the White City by Eric Larson for Peter's Book Club. If you want to join Peter's Book Club, it's on Goodreads. You can go join it. We're reading Devil in the White City. And then in 2 weeks, well, I think it'll be a week from this Sunday, we're going to do, I'm not sure when it is. You can go look on the, okay, I don't know. You can go look, and it's listed on there, the schedule for the live streams. We're going to discuss The Devil in the White City, as well as Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. So, yeah. And then the next book that we're reading after that is You by Carolyn Kepnes, if you would like to join that with us as well. So, yeah, I am really, really loving these books. Is there anybody out there that's read them and didn't like them? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know what your favorite Harry Potter book is of life, but I'm obsessed. So, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.